South Park hasn't released a new season in over 2 years, and since then the popularity of the show has honestly skyrocketed, and there are a lot of new fans. So, if you're new to the show, or you've been watching it ever since it first started, here is everything you need to know about the new season, as well as my predictions for what we are actually going to be seeing. Now, season 27 is meant to be coming out in just over a week, and I'm pretty excited. For those of you who aren't in the loop, the first 2 episodes were actually meant to premiere on the 9th, but in a surprise move they decided to push the release date back by 2 weeks to the 23rd. Matt and Trey immediately released a statement saying that it is completely out of their control, and that the delay was due to Paramount Studios currently undergoing a merger with Skydance Media. From what it looks like, the owner of Skydance isn't being too cooperative and is causing a lot of issues for Matt and Trey, and Paramount even apparently have a list of episodes they're going to be removing after the merger takes place. The list itself is actually pretty strange. It includes obvious candidates like Trapped in the Closet and Cartoon Wars, but weirdly it also includes Great Expectations, which is the episode from season 4 which has Pip as the main character. Maybe they just hate Pip as much as I do and are banning it because of that. My personal take on the whole merger situation is that I don't like Paramount. They have caused a lot of issues for my channel over the last few months, and I don't like how they have handled the show dating all the way back to 1999 when they were involved with the making of Bigger, Longer and Uncut, the South Park movie. So that's why the season was delayed, but now let's get into the season itself. We have had 2 main teasers so far, a 1-minute 20-second teaser trailer and an Instagram post that says Jesus is back. The trailer gives us hints at what I am assuming is the first 3 episodes. There is clearly an episode involving Diddy, which will also see the return of Starvin Marvin after almost 26 years. Apart from a few different versions of the South Park intro, Starvin Marvin hasn't been seen since season 3 in 1999, where he was returned to his home planet of Marklar. From what it looks like in the trailer, we will be returning to Marklar, and for whatever reason Diddy is there as well. There is also some kind of Canadian war plotline, and one of the episodes has something to do with plane crashes. But the most exciting to me is the potential return of the Super Best Friends. We see a shot of South Park's version of Moses, and paired with this post saying Jesus is returning, there is a pretty good case to be made for the long-awaited reunion of the Super Best Friends, who haven't been seen since the infamous episodes 200 and 201. Now obviously the elephant in the room is whether we will see Muhammad mentioned, but since Paramount are massive pussies, I would guess they're going to just try and ignore it. We can also see that Garrison is back to normal, meaning probably no more Trump. Matt and Trey said they were done with making fun of Trump, and it really looks like they're sticking with that, but that doesn't mean they can't do anything with Elon Musk, who has barely ever been featured on the show before. Now the fact that we have clips of new episodes months ahead of their release tells us a lot on its own, because South Park episodes are usually famously made the week they are released. This is the way they've managed to keep the show feeling so fresh all these years, and how they are always right on the money with their social commentary. But with this season at least being mostly made ahead of time, it could mean one of 2 things. 1, it will feel really outdated by the time it comes out, or 2, and more likely, it means the stories are more based around the main cast and aren't as concerned with always being completely focused on social satire. This is kind of the direction they were already going with season 26, and I'm personally all for it. We could even see some kind of season-long story arc like we saw in season 19 back in 2015, which completely revolved around PC Principle and ended with an episode which tied up all of the season's plotlines. Now I don't think that's too likely, but it is definitely on the table. So what am I hoping to see? Well, I'm always down for some quality Kanye West parody. He's historically been one of the best characters on the show, and anything new with him would be great. I would also not be surprised if there were some shots fired at Paramount after this whole debacle surrounding their merger with Skydance Studio. A few years ago they released that 2-part special called The Streaming Wars where they weren't scared about making fun of Paramount, so I think we could easily see more of that. Other celebrities that could potentially show up include political figures like Putin or Zelensky, celebrities like Kendrick, Sabrina Carpenter, or maybe even Charlie XCX. There's just so many. It is worth mentioning that Kendrick Lamar has a movie coming out with Matt and Trey which also had its release date pushed back. It was meant to come out on July 4th this year, but it's been pushed back to sometime next year, which really sucks. Just Paramount doing Paramount things. Just for fun, I asked ChatGPT what it thought was going to be in season 27, and it seems to think that Cartman is going to start an OnlyFans, which honestly I could see happening, so fuck it, we're adding it to the list of predictions. Well, that's just about everything I have for you at the moment. I'm going to be covering everything to do with the season as it comes out, so if you want to stay up to date, subscribe. But for now, let's just hope there aren't too many more delays and we actually get to see this new season sometime this year.